Phil Collins and Genesis, classic. No reply at all. 9:17. Just feels like fall out there, man. Felt like summer even yesterday. Only hit about 76, but sunny and humid. It feels like fall now, you know. And we got lows coming up this weekend. Low 50s, some places high 40s. So this beautiful, beautiful tan that I'm sporting today, they're going to be somewhat gone too. Not totally gone because I cheat. I go to the indoor tanning salons. Of course I do. But it looks like summer's really over. Oh, well. But we have plenty to be happy about. Like tomorrow, for example, Nassau Coliseum, where your New York Islanders, Lewis, once won 4 consecutive Stanley Cups. Long time ago, George Washington was president, but it did happen.
We're not going to. It's the last team to do it.
Yeah, and okay. 1,000 years ago.
It's the last. Are they the last team to do it?
1,000 years ago.
Are they the last team to do it?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Great.
19 straight playoff
No,
series.
they were great.
Yes.
I remember. Long time ago. Well, before Ron Hextall. And
still hasn't been. Yes, and Charles Wang.
Charles Wang.
Yes, I know. You don't have to recite the terrible.
But look, as great as Mike Bossy was, God rest his soul, and Brian Trottier and Billy Smith and my friend Denny Potvin, who I spent a lot of time down in Florida with, they're all champs. The real champ is going to be in the building tomorrow. And that's Bruce Blakeman. You thought you were going to say Trump, didn't you? You think Trump, right?
No,
right.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
My dear, the Nassau. What's going on, Brucey?
Hey, listen, I got to tell you, the real star tomorrow at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum is going to be Donald J. Trump. You talk about a guy who's got resiliency, someone who's got courage. Did you hear his quote when they asked him, you know, what he felt when he heard there might be an assassination attempt on him while he was playing golf?
Yeah, he said, I really wanted to make that putt.
My advice to him, take the par and move on.
Now, that's great advice. This, of course, is the Nassau County executive, really one of the old-time greats. I love this guy, Bruce Blakeman. I watched your press conference yesterday, and as if your job wasn't difficult enough, right, to make sure you and the great police commissioner, Ryder, everybody else, to make sure that it's safe, which it's safe anyway. You live in a beautiful county, and you guys do a great job. But now, coming off this second assassination attempt, I got to think a difficult job was just made more difficult on Sunday. Is that fair to assume?
Yeah, first of all, whenever you have any kind of homeland security issue, you have to look at risk and threat. So in the case of Donald J. Trump, the threat on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 10, and the risk on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 10, because there are people out there who want to do bad things to him and stop him from being president of the United States, and they feel they can't stop him at the ballot box. So unfortunately, they want to do violence to him and kill him. So I got to tell you, yes, it is a much more intense situation, but we work very well with the Secret Service. Their local special agent, Steve Choma, who runs Long Island, is somebody we deal with on a daily basis. I mean, think about it. Just this month and in the preceding months, we had the Dalai Lama. We're going to have Prime Minister Modi. We're going to have Donald J. Trump. Nancy Pelosi was here. Chuck Schumer regularly comes here.
I was there. Don't forget, I was there too at your big 125th birthday party. Don't forget.
Well, listen, you're such a tough guy. We don't have to provide security.
No, not only that, all those.
I've seen you in action. You can handle yourself.
No. Wait a second. You're the real boxer. I fought once, got my ass kicked. You're really a boxer. You folks didn't know that, but Bruce Blakeman legitimately used to box. But I would imagine that you just mentioned all those big time personalities. Some I love, some I hate. But even going back to that cricket tournament, that was a huge security operation.
It really was. We had 3 direct and specific ISIS threats against the tournament. We had 7 nations playing in 9 matches over 12 days, 156,000 people. And think about it. India versus Pakistan, These two countries have had a lot of problems between each other, and we didn't have one incident. Everybody behaved themselves. They enjoyed the games because we had a show of massive force, and we weren't going to take any nonsense from anybody who was going to try and do anything to upset the tournament or to make anybody feel insecure. So that's the key, setting the right tone. Our Commissioner, Pat Ryder, will have a small army out there. The Secret Service works very closely with us. They do a great job. And all our federal partners, the MTA police, NYPD will be involved. All of our local police forces. It's a combined effort. Our fire marshal will be there. It's a situation where we've done a lot of planning and we're prepared.
And I would imagine you're talking about all these folks on the ground, lots of services, federal, local, New York City, all of it. But I have to imagine that in the air, too. Yes, Bruce?
Yeah, our aviation will be up and flying throughout the rally. We have a very, very excellent aviation department. We'll have I can't tell you how many helicopters we'll have up. We don't like to give specific information on numbers, so just suffice it to say that we will be in the air and we will be covering the area. You did say yesterday, once again, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman on with me right now. He's hosting Trump tomorrow, Nassau Coliseum, and we all can't wait. It's going to be a packed house, and a lot of people, as you know, reach out to me, Bruce, and they're very excited. You did say if you don't have any business anywhere near the Coliseum, it's a good idea not to get too close because the traffic is going to be brutal. Well, as I told President Trump, there will be more pickup trucks there with Trump flags than in North Carolina, Georgia, and Michigan and Pennsylvania combined. It's true. So, it's true. They're out there now already. A lot of fans out here. Yeah. No, they're crazy. Nassau County especially, they love President Trump. So I guess for folks that are showing up, it starts at 5. The president is set to speak at 7. So I send Bruce a text yesterday. I go, hey, Bruce, I'm not in charge of this, but you should make sure I speak. So Bruce goes, I'm not controlling that. So then I text Laura Trump. I go, Laura, tell your father-in-law, don't be silly. You know, the politicians are great, don't get me wrong, but I got 1 million fans out there. Trump loves me. They're going to go nuts. Great idea. Let me text him. So just so you know, it's never going to happen. I know that, okay? For some reason, there's a stigma with radio guys. He loves a TV guy, Hannity, Laura Ingraham. But just so you know, I'm working behind the scenes to get up on stage tomorrow because I think I'll take the place down. But it's not going to happen, is it, Bruce? Well, I don't know. Listen, President Trump has told me how much he likes you and how much he admires your show. So I know for a fact that he's a big fan. So I think it's possible, but I got to tell you, if I were making the decision, Sid Rosenberg, he'd be the keynote guy. That's who I'd have. God, I love you. And you're not lying because, and I don't want to give out too much information, but Danielle and I are actually meeting you tomorrow just to get to this event now, aren't we? Exactly. But, you know, the only problem that you have, Sid, is that your lack of enthusiasm, your lack of energy is very disappointing. I'll try to pick it up. Take it up a notch, man. Just by tomorrow. Hey, tell me this. You're funny. Tell me this. I have a friend. This has nothing to do with Trump. But I have a friend whose husband used to work with me and Lou at WFA, and she listens to this show every day. She loves it. And she told me that the last 4 days in a row, her kid has been sent home from school due to bomb threats out by Hofstra. You know anything about this stuff? Yeah, of course. So, unfortunately, in the environment we live in with the Internet, there are people who are far away from Nassau County. Sometimes they're in places like Oregon, California. Sometimes it's international, Russia, Uzbekistan. These people have nothing to do but get on the dark web, and they have ways in which to send threats so that it's very difficult to identify who's sending the threat. And we get the threats, and our police department takes every threat seriously. So unfortunately, even though 99.9% of these threats are completely bogus, we have to treat them as if they're real. So we have to send the police in. We have to send, if it's a bomb threat, arson and bomb, they call it swatting. And it's an epidemic, and it's not just here in Nassau County. It's all across the United States. It affects schools everywhere. And it's really a sad commentary. And hopefully we'll get to the point where we'll be able to identify who's doing this, and we'll lock them up, because they're disrupting these poor kids from their schoolwork, and it's a real burden on our police force. But again, as I told our Commissioner Pat Ryder, we have to take every threat seriously, even though 99.9% of the time they're completely unfounded. So it's a problem for the kids, but we have to do what we have to do, just in the off chance that one of these threats is real.
Oh, 100%. If it was one of my kids there, I'd be happy to send them home. He is the great Nassau County executive, and trust me, folks, he's going to be the next governor here in New York. My friend Bruce Blakeman. Bruce, that's a heck of a job. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. You do great work. And Trump and Nassau County, lucky to have you. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Ed. Appreciate it.
The man, Bruce Blakeman, right there, folks. Nassau County executive. We'll take a short break. More to do. Remember the book Tuesdays with Maury, my friend Mitch album. Tuesdays with Sid. And I'll be back right after this.
Yeah.